Hello, my name is Edwin Edebiri, the Chief Happiness Officer with the I Am Happy Project and the Happy Neighborhood Project. Welcome to the Happy Monday, another session to help you to kick the week off to a great start. Now, I started this way back when I started to come across statistics about how difficult, Monday is for a lot of people, and all the things that happen on Mondays. And I'm not going to go through the laundry list, but the statistics was really hard one. So I decided, hey, let me start something, to kind of get people in the mood so that they have something they can look forward to every single Monday, and then set the tone for the rest of the week. So that's what Happy Monday is all about. Now, today is a very exciting one. I am really, really excited. Now let me put it this way. When the Chief Happiness Officer meets the Chief Possibility Officer, it's going to be happiness. It's going to be fun, okay? And that's really what today's call is going to be about. And my guest is Athena Salazar. Athena inspire and empower all those that are drawn to her to live the highest vision in the context of love and joy. Folks, that's kind of sum up happiness right there. Her passion is teaching clients to unlock their true potential, achieve outrageous success, and live a life they love living. Folks, she is the catalyst of transformation for individuals and businesses all over the world. Athena, welcome to the call.
I'm very happy to be here, Edwin.
Yes. We're going to talk about a subject that is so crucial, when we really talk about happiness. And so today, folks, we're going to be talking about forgiveness and happiness. So let's just cut through the chase and get right into it, okay? So Athena, you've been spending time really working on forgiveness with your clients. So forgiveness can be a very difficult subject. Would you agree with me?
Yes, that's definitely true. It is.
So how do you relate forgiveness then to happiness?
Well, forgiveness is really that step. It's actually an action that somebody needs to take within themselves in order to free up that space and let their seeds of happiness grow. You can't have that negative energy of resentment to be in your mind and your body at the same time you're attempting to put positive thoughts and grow those. So those being happiness and joy and fulfillment in your life, really.
Wow, so in a way, we don't live in a vacuum. So you can say, okay, I'm going to have all of those stuff in my body and be happy at the same time, right? That doesn't work.
Right, exactly.
So now how does one know, though, if they have forgiveness to work on?
Well, really, the question I always ask my clients is, are you breathing? And if you are, you have some work to do. So everybody has forgiveness work to do.
Wow. So for some it's a lot, for others it might be minor, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but bottom line, though, we all want to maintain happiness in our life. So right. How do we see forgiveness in that?
So really seeing forgiveness in our life it's a mental, it's an emotional, and it's a spiritual practice that really opens that door of perception is really what it is, and it frees us. So there's one thing to learn about forgiveness, and that is that there is someone jailed. There has to be a jailer in that situation, and forgiveness frees the one being jailed. But most importantly, it frees the jailer to a life of greater freedom, fullness, and joy. And the only person that suffers when we hold resentment towards another person is that person themselves. So it would be you and I when I hold resentment. And you're the only one that has the power to free yourself. And you alone are the jailed person and the jailer at the same time. And everything is held within you. And there was a saying once, probably many times, that when you hold resentment, it's almost like you're holding a hot coal and you're expecting that other person to be burned.
and my grandma put it this way too. And in her own case, though, it's kind of like when you're angry about somebody else, and they say you're drinking poison, and then you're hoping the other person die.
Yeah.
So I definitely can relate to that. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's so true. So really, forgiveness, it's actually giving four. It's giving one perception of a situation for another. It's a change that actually opens that door. There was actually a book that I've read. It's called A Course in Miracles. And it says something very interesting. It says that every act is either an expression of love or a call for love, regardless of how unskilled it may seem. So if you think of that, how does that change things for you? So if I'm able to see every act, regardless of how unskilled it may appear or as some aspect of love, that makes compassion come about, and therefore forgiveness can come about, and that makes it a whole lot easier for someone. So really the beginning of forgiveness is compassion.
So it starts with compassion.
Yes. Yeah. It really allows us to see situations in a different light. And that's really what forgiveness is. It's that shift in perception that removes a block in ourselves to the awareness of love's presence in our lives.
Wow. Now I know that, different people have experienced different things. And so sometimes forgiveness might be easier said than done, But I'm listening to you right now, and just one of the first things that I sense is it doesn't really matter what the situation is or what causes the whole stuff. If you don't forgive, you are holding yourself in jail more than the person that's even causing you the pain. And so the pain is not even going to start to heal until you totally, just forgive. And it seems like you're forgiving more for yourself than for them. So listening to you, it starts with compassion, which helps to shift our perception. Then what next?
Yes, when it shifts that perception, because the key is in forgiveness is really that supportive spirit in your life, just freeing your hands and freeing that block. Because if you look at forgiveness as if you were to be holding up your hands to your eyes so you can only see what's in front of you, forgiveness is that spirit taking those hands away. And when those hands are taken away, it's like taking those blinders off. And then you can see the whole situation, so you're able to separate the person from the act. So if you're looking at the person in the situation, if you think of what is the act of love, even if it's unskilled, because a lot of times when it's unskilled, it's really selfish. When people are coming from a very unskilled place, then it is more self-centered because they're protecting themselves. They have fear in their lives and different things such as that. So when they're acting out, they're almost acting out to protect themselves. So then it comes in a very unskilled way what the situation ends up being. So if you're able to take the blinders off, step away from the situation and look at it and see the interaction that has taken place, and then from there, you can start that compassion for the other person, and you may even feel some sadness toward the other person. So it's really changing that perception and taking that block out, and that's where you really start. So there's activities that you can do for that as well if this is something that you're having to work through.
Wow. So again, if somebody can hurt you, and in your mind you can say, well, they did it on purpose, and that's one way to look at it. Another way is that they did it because they don't really know what they are doing. That's another way to look at it. And the way you look at it definitely have an impact on how you react to it and how you start to relieve yourself. So now, okay, so forgiveness removes the blocks. Then what?
So when you remove those blocks, now you're able to put into your mind and your body compassion towards the person, towards the community around you, and towards the world. So one of the things that I have found that's worked for myself and many of my clients is actually the Dalai Lama does a loving kindness meditation. And first, it's a thought process that you're doing. And first, it's towards yourself. You want to say, may I be truly happy. May I live in peace. May I live in love. May I know the power of forgiveness. May I live in recognition that my life has deep meaning and good purpose. And then you think towards the other, the person, the situation, and also the world around you. Toward another, may you truly be happy. May you live in peace. May you live in love. May you know the power of forgiveness. And may you live in recognition that your life has deep meaning and good purpose.
Wow. That's deep. Wow. Wow. That's like I just said. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff, okay? But I love it. I think this is what we need because we are talking about working on our own happiness. How do we sustain our happiness? How do we increase our happiness? And so most of the work is on us. Even in this particular case, somebody else may have actually, done something to us, to block that for a minute. We are still taking responsibility. So to kind of wind this down, this has been wonderful, and I really thank you. So what can somebody do today to actually start to help them practice forgiveness?
So starting today, it's really looking at the situations that happen in your life, good or bad. Really, you want to start looking at all the situations in your life in a different viewpoint, possibly from that other person's viewpoint. In this situation, take yourself out of it and start looking at things from another's viewpoint. And then forgiveness will start becoming easier because you start having compassion in all of your situations because your perspective is starting to change. So that really helps us to grow as people, and that helps us to grow with more compassion and love and ultimately happiness in our lives.
That is awesome. Well, I want to say thank you very much. Folks, my guest today has been Athena Salazar. Okay, she is the Chief Possibility Officer with Life to Design. Now, you can kind of tell from what she's gone through, she can help you design a life that you really want. That's the name of her company, and she is one of our feature coaches in the Happy Button. So if you have not downloaded the Happy Button yet, make sure you download the Happy Button, or you can even go to the IamHappyProject.org website under the feature coaches, and you can find Athena Salazar. Please connect with her on her website and see, if you want to change your life. If you have some stuff you're working with as far as forgiveness, that's what she does. She can help you accomplish that. Folks, this has been a Happy Monday presentation. I thank each and every one of you for being a part of this, folks. All we want to do is help you kick off to a great Monday. And so this is it for today, folks. We'll be here again the same time next week. But for now, spread happiness one person at a time.